come to a steering wheel solution. It's right here being painted. I can't touch it because it is wet. Maybe you can see it right there. It was the white one. Welcome back to the workbench, where we try to make things. And what we're continuing to try to make today is Revell's 1971 Olds 442, or what we are calling, or kind of dubbed, the Faux 42, because it's actually a Cutlass that we're trying to make look like a 442, or at least that's the backstory on the kit. Is it was a Cutlass that we owned, and we've now tried to make it look like a 442. And where we finished up last year, brand new year. So happy new year, everybody. Happy 2026. I hope it's a good one for everybody. But what we finished up with last year was basically trying to get parts put together. And I've done that. So either I have found the parts that we need in my parts bin, or I have ordered them all. In fact, let me grab a marker. So I ordered a distributor. I did order, so let me bring the motor over so we can see what we're talking about here. I did order up an intake and valve covers. Now, let me go ahead and I'm going to go valve covers, mark that off, but we'll see if they work or not. They're not for an Oldsmobile, so we'll see how they look, if they work. If not, we can always just go back to the stock valve covers and the stock intake if we have to. The intake, the reason I wanted to order an intake is I ordered a single plane intake instead of this dual plane or the stock, 442 intake. But we'll see if they work. So, we'll wait and see on that one. I did also order an air cleaner, an Edelbrock. There we go. I can say it. I can speak. I promise you. An Edelbrock air cleaner. And we'll see how it works. If not, we always have this guy that we can kind of go back to, or even the stock air cleaner if we need to. Let's see. What else did I order? I ordered a bunch of other stuff, and I can't. You know what I have not ordered and I forgot about is speaker grills. Yeah, I've got to find speaker grills. I think, what was it? I had a comment that Model Masters, I think, has them. I looked them up, and I think Model Masters has quit making them, but they're still kind of available out there by distributors. That's why I need to find that. I forgot about those. Yeah, and then I have the wheels and tires we're going to use. I think we're going to use these guys for our slicks, these wheels and tires. I didn't get any real pushback on them from the comment section, so I think that's what we're going to go with, is these wheels in the back, and then of course we're just going to use the stock rallies up front with the wheels that came with the kit, from the wheels and tires that came with the kit up front. And that's actually what I wanted to kind of do today. Is my question is, which I have not answered yet, so we're going to get to answer this together. Don't worry, I'll clean the tires up and whatnot, and the wheels and everything before we use them. But my question is, will these even fit without having to do any tub work, having to modify, the rear fender wells? So what I've done, I've got the chassis in here. I went ahead, whoops, this is falling apart on me. I went ahead and put together the rear end. Oh, I wanted to mention too, it actually, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. It came with two different rear ends, which is kind of cool. So this one here, which I'm not using, is actually for the W27 performance package. The one that I think I'm going to go ahead and use is the kind of fancier looking one, which is actually, I'm assuming, for the W30 package, which kind of doesn't make sense with the story we're going with, it being just a regular Cutlass, and I wouldn't think, it wouldn't, but something that I would have done when I was in my early 20s is change out the diff cover, right? You'd put a better looking diff cover on it. I don't know why, but that's something we did. And this has the better looking diff cover, so that's really the only reason I went with this rear end. With that said, let's go ahead and put it in place. I'm going to try to hold this. I'm going to try to line up this tub, this chassis section here. It goes about right there. Let's put this guy in place. And what I want to see, okay, yeah, is it going to fit? So I've got one, yeah, this one. So this is the wheel face we're using. This is the wheel back from the kit. And I can already tell that that's not going to work because that is offsetting. So this has this big offset on it. This, I don't even know what you call it. Let me make sure you can see what I'm talking about. This offset here where a pin would go to pin it into the rear end. That's going to sit it way out here. So that's definitely not going to work. But I think, but I'm wondering if we remove that, if I just shave this down off of there, would that work? I've got one, yeah, this one, let's just see if it'll fit in here. That's basically, let me make sure, again, I want to make sure this tub is all right. This is sitting in place. Let me see, let me set it down like so. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm doing too. That goes there like so. Is this sitting? No, this is sitting way low. This chassis, I don't have the interior in because I don't want to, you know, mess with it while I'm doing, I didn't want to goof up the interior while I'm messing with this. Actually, that's gonna sit right. That's gonna sit about right as far as height goes, and the wheel's fitting in there. It's gonna fit about right there. That's actually pretty good. I like that. And this is estimating. I'm just kind of eyeballing. This chassis sits right here. The rear end sits right there. Yeah, that's gonna work. The only thing is we've got to, and it looks like I'm looking at here. Let me show you what I'm looking at. It looks like the rear end is going to sit. The end of the housing is going to sit flush, pretty much flush with the inside of the tire there. So that actually works out good. I think what I'll do, I'll use these back sides, these back bars, because then I could use the pins in them. I think I could still pin it into the rear end, and it'll actually roll for whatever that's worth. But what I'll have to do is just sand this back, trim this back. I think to about flush, what I'll do is probably set something flush across the wheel like so, and then just trim it back to that point to where it's flush. In fact, I could probably just sand it till I get flush with the wheel. I think that's probably what I'll try doing, and I think that is going to work. I don't think we'll have to modify anything, which will be wonderful. Because if you were here for the previous build, the Mach 1 build, we had to modify everything. It's like every time we try to use a part, we had to change another part to make that part work. So this will be great, because I am going to use, I've also decided, and I think I mentioned this last time, I'm going to use the stock exhaust manifolds. I'm not going to do headers, because then I can use the stock exhaust. You know, I can just modify the stock exhaust with an H pipe and, you know, give it a, that kind of look. But I won't have to do a stock exhaust. I won't have to build. I did look when I was ordering parts. I looked at headers, and they don't. I couldn't find any that have, obviously they have to have the 2 cylinders together, and then the two cylinders wide, or 2 exhaust ports. The 2 middle exhaust ports are together. You can't have the 4 spread out even, and that's all I could find. And they might be somewhere, but I don't know where. So I think we're gonna just stick with, like I said, just stick with the exhaust manifolds. Which you can see what I'm talking about here. They have to have the 2 center exhaust ports are together, and then these are out wide. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, so we'll use those. So that way I can use stock exhaust, and there will be a lot less stuff that I have to jack with at the end of the day, that I have to cut up and re-glue, and like we did with the Mach 1. We had to just modify so much stuff, and I don't want to go down that road again. So I think this rear end's going to work, which is wonderful. And I think I'm going to paint, I don't have them up here, they're downstairs, but I'm going to paint the shocks white, like they are air shocks, and I think I'll even run little lines out and come back to a fitting back here behind the license plate, like where you would actually air up the air shocks. I think that would look cool, or have that era, that period correct look for a 20-year-old's hot rod or whatever. But anyways, let me know what you think. I think it's coming together much quicker than the Mach 1 did. And I think, again, because we're not modifying as much. I forgot to mention, we did come to a steering wheel solution. It's right here being painted. I can't touch it because it is wet. Maybe you can see it right there. It was the white one. If you go back to the last episode of the 442, it was the white one. I had one comment that said, hey, use the white steering wheel. So white one, that was the one we're using. We had a red, and then the black steering wheel also. They're all very similar, and they all look, I think they're all going to fit the part. I'm getting that painted up. So next time we come together, we'll have that done. I'll go ahead and get the rear end put in. I'll get it painted up, and I think we can go ahead and put it in, and then it's just a matter of modifying the back sides of the wheels to fit that. So I'm pretty confident in that. We can start working out the front end. The parts are supposed to ship on the 5th, I believe, is what I read. I actually waited to the 1st to place the order because I got a 10% discount. So I waited to yesterday to place the order. And then it's supposed to ship on the 5th. So once we get those parts in, we can finish the motor. And I also got, I should mention, also got a battery because the battery that came with this one is very 1970s looking, and this is supposed to be the 1990s. So I got more of a 1990s looking battery that hopefully we can get to fit in. I think I'm just going to put it in its stock place. I'm not going to like try to put it in the trunk because I don't want to cut open the trunk and all that. So we'll just put it in a stock location right up here. I'm trying to remember what else I actually ordered for this. Oh, we can go ahead and mark off wheels, tires, steering wheel. Oh, I ordered harnesses and lap belts. So I ordered one harness for the driver's seat and then lap belts that hopefully I can do. I didn't notice how many lap belts. I think it was 4. So I should be able to do the 3 seats the back bench and the front bucket seat lap belts. So I did get those. We can mark those off. I don't think we're going to need any of this because it just fits. The rear end's going to work itself. So the parts list, except for the grills. I need to order the speaker grills for the back package tray because that is something that needs to go in to give the right look. But anyways, let me know what you think down below. Am I missing anything? Is there anything else you would do different? Yeah, let me know down in the comments section. This build's been largely made off of your guys' input. So let me know down there. Hit the hype button, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I don't know, there's a ton of buttons these days. So just do what everybody tells you to do on YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.